And I'm going to introduce an organization that really needs no introduction. They've been around for 30 years, PCHS, Punjabi Community Health Services. They've been around for 30 years, helping the Punjabi community, amongst other communities as well. They specialize in mental health, addiction, domestic violence, helping women settle, amongst some of the services. I probably could not list all of them. I've had the opportunity to work with them before, but if I did say anything more, I would be doing them injustice. So next I would like to call on Harinder Baji to speak a little bit about PCHS and how they can help anyone in the community that needs some personal support, or they're going down the wrong path, or they have a friend that's going down the wrong path, where they can actually reach out to PCHS and get the help they need to stay on the right track. Harinder Baji.
Thank you very much for the introduction. White Khalsa, white Wiki. So, my name is Harinder. So, मैं Punjabi Community Health Services हूँ. So, as the instructions are, so I will keep my presentation in English. But if there is any question during this, I will try to answer that. So before I start my presentation, so I do land acknowledgement. As a treaty, PCHS is situated on traditional territory of Mississauga, of Credit and First Nation Territory Treaty 13A, 14 and 19. So about PCHS, Punjabi Community Health Services is a pioneer charitable organization working in the field of mental health, addiction, domestic violence, support system, seniors from last 30 years. This initiative started in 1990 by the founder, Baldev Murtali. He started basically this organization with the aim to help persons in need with the language barrier. When they started, he started from a small group from his own home basement. Started a group where they discussed mostly the person who are immigrants. They came and they are feeling some homesickness, stress, and other related mental health issue or underlying issue. They formed a group. They start discussing slowly. They shaped it an organization who can help people in need. So at present, we are 100 and plus staff. All staff, they have with their credential, qualified, and we do provide supportive counseling, appropriate referral help for the needs, and also tell how to navigate the healthcare system. Sometimes newcomers, they do have they are not aware enough how to access what are their rights and what are their responsibilities. So we have trained staff, anybody can take help. So we have some setup, some specific program specific. We have separate addiction program, mental health program, settlement program for newcomers, and also if there are any domestic violence and family related issue, we do provide support over there as well. So as of now, we are working with like-minded agencies and community partners and stakeholders working in the same field. And also if there are any emerging need of the community. We did so many researches on that, and we do provide placement opportunity from the very beginning. If any student, they want to volunteer with us, they want some placement student hours, so we do provide that too. As Mandeep Ji mentioned, there are a lot of things when newcomers, especially when we are focusing on international student, doesn't matter it's from which country and which region. Basically, when we see from the South Asian perspective, if the language perspective, mainstream they are also providing these services, but if there is any language perspective services they require, we do provide. Our staff speak more than 10 to 12 languages. So we have trained staff in different domains. So how to approach? It's pretty simple. If anything like if person like when they come, especially I'm focusing this presentation on the new immigrants, students and other immigrants. They don't know how the system works here. Sometimes they have some difficulty finding homes, like for their settlement needs, jobs, and for students, the double stress is there. When they are coming, they have to complete their study in time, and also the pressure to earn something to survive. Because no one can support, like some family, they are able to support them, but here the work culture, environment, climate is entirely different. So under this stress, so sometimes their focus sometimes might be changed. And they are not capable, I'm not saying capable, it's a kind of stress when they are saying, like age factor, the knowledge about the system, how the system works here, the opportunities available, rights and responsibility, what to do and what don't. So sometimes they get confused and they're finding themselves under stress. And second important thing Mandeep has already said, the no families. Loneliness, and also sometimes if they are living with somebody, they have to see the environment. Sometimes they don't want to go on that path, the other peer pressure, they put them. We are in Delhi touching so many people's life who are under stress. But how to work, how to face that stress, developing healthy mechanism instead of unhealthy mechanism, that is the piece, basically what we guide. We have trained staff, they do from intake to, like if somebody approach, we are not only seeing on one point, if they are exposing the stress and mental health issues. We have to see what are their underlying issues and what is the support available. How we can create supportive environment. Sometimes we take help of different organizations like Khalsa, Peer Police, CAS, shelters, hospitals, addiction clinic, psychiatrists, doctors. So we have that done. And if somebody wants any kind of guidance for their future journey, not only their studies, if they want seek some opportunities, we have settlement counselors. They can guide you from their starting from their resume and make a plan, how to implement and how to gauge your own success. So these services, all those addiction, mental health, settlement, family conflicts, these services are totally free of cost. You have to pay nothing. The only thing is you need that motivation to seek help. So we are here to help you. Again, I am repeating Mandeep Baji's words. We all here to welcome you. It's our responsibility It's a social responsibility as well. I came here, I faced that stress. I know what is the homesickness. I know how to find the survival jobs when you are new in this country. System supports here, but if we have full knowledge of the system, who will tell? We are here to support you. Now, the point is, sometimes what I'm thinking, some people, they get misguided here. Misguidance, sometimes there are half knowledge of everything. Like finding jobs, finding your career path, seeking help, there are so many misconceptions. If you are not clear, first clear yourself. Approach somebody, and now I know that everybody is tech savvy and they can find their ways. If still there is confusion, just double check 2 times, and if you need any support, you can contact any organization like us, Khalsa, Peer Police, NH, CAS. Everybody is here to support. So I will tell you 2 more things about PCHS, then I'll conclude my presentation here. So one thing, PCHS is working in this field last 30 years. So now we have that capacity to deal with certain situation in mental health and addiction. If we don't, then we have that system set up to make appropriate referral as per their needs. How to navigate the system? Sometimes I have seen in my last 4-5 years career, mostly it's a young population when they are coming here, they have faced and they are facing some problem in their relationship, their personal relationship and relationship with others when they are developed. And laws and system work here differently, entirely differently. So sometimes we don't even can imagine what outcome. So some person under this ignorance, if they are not aware how the system works here, they find themselves involve themselves into legal system. It is more complex. Yes. Peer Police in the presentation, they are helping, they can guide you more on that. So, but if somebody gets any kind of criminal charges on their so that is more complex than me. So, my humble request is, if you are not clear, if you don't know how to approach strangers, how to develop these relationships, we do provide counseling on that. We do provide information on that. There's a tons of video on YouTube. You can search under the PCHS name. You can find, you can listen, you can find themselves. It's just informative, and you can get guidance from it. And second important aspect is climate in the weather. Sometimes we are not prepared for that. So be aware, if you find any kind of difficulty, you may approach any of the organizations, like today is this event is one clothing. So this is one piece. This is one piece for interact each other, for introductions, welcoming. And second thing is, sometimes when person they are coming, especially international student, I'm talking on the very point, the insurance. Sometimes you have that insurance for your study, but if you are doing some heavy jobs or risky jobs, take your insurance. Because otherwise, healthcare system is so expensive. You find yourself on a burden if something happens. And another part that is specifically for our community is saying there is so many things on when you are watching on media, other stuff, buying expensive cars. Please, this is again our responsibility to tell. Don't put yourself under financial burden unnecessarily if you don't need anything. The public transit system is very, very simple, and you get that information you can use. Right? So if there is a need, if there is a requirement, then only. Otherwise, there's a lot of financial stress that keep you derailed from your goal. So these are some like, it's not presentations, just general talks and the information you can provide, but we have booth outside and you can get that information. If any kind of help, other your settlement needs, your medical needs, mental health, stress, addiction, or any kind of relationship issues, or you need any guidance how to plan your career, we have trained counselors who can guide you properly. Thank you very much, and thank you giving me this opportunity on this place. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sorry. One initiative I forgot. We recently started a specific program for rapid response program. It's for specifically for international students. That is sometimes somehow if they have some kind of stress issue, mental health issue, or addiction issue, they end up with the hospital. And we do support. We have 2-hour response. I can introduce our staff. She was an international student. Now she did plenty of work with us, and now she is one of case manager of rapid response program. She can tell about that what is the rapid response and how you can approach it. Aman.
So like Harinderji gave a little bit of introduction about me. So my name is Amanpreet Kaur. So I'm with Rapid Response Saving Lives Program. So I'm going to be quick, but at the same time I came as an international student as well, like around 3 years ago, and then now I'm working with Punjabi Community Health Services. And honestly, I remember my first 3 months of my job, going to my supervisor. I can't deal with this because the nature of the cases we would get. But at the same time, when Harinderji asked me to speak up on this, he said tell your success story. But at the same time, I would consider that because I haven't been able to serve as much as international students as I wished for. So so that's why I don't consider it myself successful. Because what I have seen from my experience, not a lot of international students have been reaching out for help. So that's why I encourage all of the fellow international students, even if you're experiencing any mental health concern or any addictions concern, or if your friends as well are dealing with something, so just reach out to us, and then so we have a booth outside. You can talk to me directly. So I would be happy to help. So yeah. So that was the quick introduction. So why did you Khalsa? Why did you